Hi guys, welcome back to Nixie DIY Crafts. For this project, you're going to need another one of these witch form hats. First thing you're going to do is remove the tinsel from the bottom portion of your hat. When you're done removing the tinsel, don't trim it off like I've done here, because as you can see next, I hot glue it to the back portion of the hat. Because now at this point, I'm going to wrap that tinsel around the top portion. I do recommend that you remove the phrase "boo" from the front before you start wrapping the tinsel. We're then going to wrap the top portion of our hat using this pink mesh. But I wanted to show you how this mesh is so thin. See how you can see right through it. It doesn't matter if you strip down the hat or not. So I decided to wrap my hat using this white piece of fabric that I had left over in my craft room. When I wrap these hats, I always like to start on the side with the arch. I add a good amount of hot glue directly to the hat, and then I fold over the fabric, and using my silicone spoon, I press the fabric down into the hot glue. On the tip of the hat, I take the fabric and I just tuck it in underneath. I continue to wrap the hat with the fabric, adding hot glue as I go along. While wrapping the fabric, try your best to remove the creases as you go along. Add hot glue as necessary. Then to finish it off, add another blob of hot glue and press the fabric down into the hot glue using your silicone spoon. We're then going to take our pink mesh and start wrapping it around our hat. So I add a little dab of hot glue to the tip of the hat. I fold my mesh in half, pressing it into the hot glue with my silicone spoon, and then I start wrapping it around. When done wrapping the mesh, add more hot glue and then press the mesh into the hot glue. Now using the cream mesh, I'm going to create bundles. To make the bundles, you're going to take 3 of the pieces, and I cut these pieces down to 7 inches length. You're going to roll them up like little taquitos, and I tuck it in between my fingers as I roll the other 2. I then take the pipe cleaner and secure all 3 in place. For this project, I use 3 of the cream mesh rolls. Let's add our bundles to our hat. You're going to add them to the center portion of the frame. Insert the pipe cleaners into the frame, and then from the back side, twist the pipe cleaners to secure it in place. Continue adding your bundles until you have ran out. As you're adding your bundles, make sure that you press them towards each other so they're nice and tight. Your ending results, you don't want to see the black frame. This is what the hat looks like so far. Now let's create our bow. To create the bow, I'm using 2 different sizes of gold ribbon, pearls, lace, and this pink satin ribbon. The base of my bow will be created using this 2-inch ribbon. Both of these gold ribbons are wired ribbons. When I create the bow, I leave a long strand and I cut it at an angle, and then I cut another long piece and I attach it to the back. This creates my tails on my bow. I'm going to pinch it in the center and secure it all with a pipe cleaner, and I'm securing it to the front because I'm going to create another bow, and I'm going to use the same pipe cleaner to attach the second bow. Here I'm repeating the steps to create my second bow using, again, a gold wired ribbon. This bow is slightly smaller than the first bow. After you secure the second bow on top of the first bow, start pulling the loops from within each other. Pull and twist. Because it is a wired ribbon, you're able to move them into the place that you want. You can twist them, turn them, whatever you want. There are a lot of videos out there on YouTube of how to create these beautiful large bows. I do refer you to those channels, but if you would like for me to create one of these videos, I can. Just leave me a comment below. I'm now cutting 4 pieces of my lace ribbon. They measured about 16 inches long. Because it is lace, I'm able to just make a knot in the center of my lace bows. I then take 3 strands that measure about 16 inches of this gold satin ribbon. I then take the pearls and do the same. I cut 3 pieces of the pearl ribbon, about the same length, 16 inches. And then I group all my ribbon together. I find the center of my ribbon and I secure all of the ribbon together using a pipe cleaner. I'm going to use that pipe cleaner to attach it to my larger bow. I then take a full-length pipe cleaner and I add it to the center of my bow. I secure it in the back. We're going to use that pipe cleaner later to attach it to our wreath. I then start dovetailing my ribbon by folding the ribbon in half and cutting at an angle. Remember to cut from the fold out. Now to add our bow to the wreath. Make an opening by pushing your mesh to the sides. Once you have an opening, you're going to insert your pipe cleaner right into the frame and secure it from the back. I always like to finish off my bows with a decoration in the center of them. So I went back and forth on what to add. So these are some other options that I had. I had one of those big dazzling diamond brooches, the 2-inch one. I added it to the center. I then replaced it with the small gold ornaments, didn't like it. I finally decided to go with this really pretty pink rose I found in my stash. To add, just open up your bow, add a good amount of hot glue, and then press your flower right into the hot glue. Hold it in place until it dries. And that's what it looks like so far. Now let's go ahead and add our holder on the back side of our wreath. For this, I'm using this rope twine. I make a triple knot. I trim off the excess. To add, I add a good amount of hot glue and I press the knot into the hot glue using my silicone spoon. I then take this piece of glitter fabric that I had left over from a previous project and I'm going to use it to cover up the knot. So I add a bit of hot glue below the knot and I place my fabric, and then I add more hot glue above the knot to secure that piece of fabric in place. I just wanted to cover the big ugly knot. But this is what your hat looks like so far. Now for the tip of the hat, I took one of these Hobby Lobby glitter snowballs and I attached it to the tip of the hat. And after I did that, I didn't like it, so I went back and I bought these big, maybe 3-inch snowballs, and I attached this one instead. And this one I preferred much better. And that completes our project. I hope you were inspired by this video. Thank you for watching. Bye.